It's time for From the Shortgrass, presented by UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine with Trey, a golf podcast for those who love golf, struggle with golf, and just like to enjoy the outdoors and fellowship with friends, all while chasing a ball around, trying to put it in a 4 1/4 inch diameter hole. From the Shortgrass is presented by UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine, and brought to you by Stevens Incorporated, an independent financial services firm with the freedom to focus on what matters most. By Beechwood Hospitality, we partner with you to deliver high-yield results by managing, developing, and investing in top-quality hospitality assets. And now, from the Shortgrass, here's your host, Trey.
We came into this in New York. We knew New York was not going to be easy. It was rough. It was brutal at times out there. It really was. It was nasty sometimes. My job is literally to give these guys a better chance to win.
Yeah, the boys really fought today. That was incredible. I didn't expect anything different. These guys are really an incredible group, and you know they played the last 2 days when we were way down. You wouldn't have known we were way down. They looked like they were battling. Their body language was good. They were pumping up the crowd. They were, they were fighting the whole way, even when things were not looking good. And I didn't expect anything different than today, than these guys who are determined, proud, and playing for each other, playing for their team, playing for their country. And they showed the world today that really anything's possible. That was a coin flip there for a second, and never been more proud of anything in my life.
That was Luke Donald first, the captain of the victorious European team in the Ryder Cup, and he was followed by Keegan Bradley, the captain of the United States team. Europe wins the Ryder Cup 15-13. The United States team tried to make an historical comeback on Sunday, needing to basically win every match, and they almost did. The only match they lost was Ludwig Åberg beating Patrick Cantlay 2-1. They tied several other matches. The United States team needed 14.5 points to win the cup. Europe needing just 14 to retain it. Europe wins 15-13. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and see the best in orthopedic care. No appointment is needed. Ortho Now, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 8, and Saturday, 8 to noon. When we come back, I sit down with Tommy Morrison, a senior on the University of Texas golf team and a member of the victorious United States team in the Walker Cup. That's after the break. Stay with us.
The next time you travel to El Dorado and need overnight accommodations, the Haywood Hotel is where you need to stay. The Haywood El Dorado Tapestry Collection by Hilton is a great place to stay if you're in South Arkansas listening to live music or playing the challenging Mystic Creek Golf Club. Take time and relax in their bar for a drink before going out on the town for dinner. The Haywood, 210 South Washington, right in the heart of downtown El Dorado. Search the Haywood El Dorado on the web or call 800-293-0718 for reservations. The Haywood, a Beechwood hospitality property.
The future is not about a bond reaching maturity. The future is what my grandfather worked for. It's what my father carried on. It's my responsibility today. The future is my son's tomorrow. At the Stevens Private Client Group, we believe that our strength builds success, not only for us, but for our clients. Stevens, member NYSE, SIPC.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Welcome back to this edition of From the Shortgrass, presented by UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. I am your host, Trey. Tommy Morrison, of Dallas, Texas. A senior on the Texas golf team posted a 2-1 record at the 2025 Walker Cup that was held at Cypress Point in Pebble Beach, California. He helped lead Team USA to a 17-9 victory over Great Britain and Ireland. I had a chance to sit down with Tommy Morrison at Shore Acres Golf Club prior to the University of Texas competing in the Jackson T. Stevens Cup. On the tee, Tommy Morrison.
Tommy, thanks for joining me on this edition of From the Shortgrass. Do you remember the first time you ever picked up a golf club and fell in love with this game?
I don't know that I remember the very first time, but I remember taking a bunch of family vacations up to our grandparents' house on Long Island.
Oh, wow.
And my grandfather was an avid golfer at a place called Nesquag Golf Club, and we would go play on off days of vacation, and that's kind of how I got into it. And then it kind of came time to pick a sport if you're going to take it seriously, and I really didn't want to go to basketball practice anymore, so I chose golf.
You chose golf, but I mean, how tall are you? 6'5", 6'6"?
I'm 6'9".
6'9"?
Yeah.
And you didn't want to play basketball?
I don't know, maybe I should have, but I chose golf, yeah.
Wow. When did you start playing the game competitively?
Yeah, I started playing. I remember playing a bunch of U.S. Kids Tour events down in North Carolina, and then I remember it got very competitive, kind of that boys 12 division of the U.S. Kids Worlds in Pinehurst, and we kind of talked about how that was like the first time it got competitive, and my parents realized maybe this is something I could do.
What is Pinehurst like to you?
Yeah, Pinehurst is amazing. It's a beautiful place. My grandparents actually live there now. I wish we could go see them more and spend more time there because I'm in love with that place, and it's beautiful. I've gotten to play some amateur events out there, and Pinehurst number 2 is a special place, and they've always been so good to me.
Growing up in Dallas, where did you play your high school golf?
I went to high school online. I did everything remote. I know it was a little different avenue than most kids took, but I was playing a bunch of golf and traveling a lot, and it was nice for the schedule, and then COVID came around, and I kind of stuck with it. Ended up going to Texas early because I was doing high school online. So I know it's a long answer, but we played at Craig Ranch in Dallas, and where the Byron Nelson is now, and that's kind of where golf took me when I was in Dallas.
UT, why Texas? What went into that decision, and why did you decide to be a Longhorn?
Yeah, I think those last couple of years of high school, when you make that decision, I realized I wanted to play professional golf, and that's something I wanted to take on, which means I wanted to, I was blessed and to have the opportunity to choose from some amazing programs, which is not something every kid can do. So I was very lucky to have that opportunity, and I wanted to go to a place that had a bunch of guys on the PGA Tour and had a bunch of guys that went through that program and were successful in professional golf, and I felt like Texas was a perfect mix of an amazing coach in John Fields and our 2 assistants, Eric Edson and Clayton Brady, along with the amazing history that they have at Texas. I felt like it was a perfect place for me.
You talk about the history, and my gosh, Tommy, I mean, world number 1 player right now, Scotty Scheffler, UT. I mean, Jordan Spieth, UT, Justin Leonard, UT. It seems like it goes on and on, doesn't it?
Yeah, I feel it doesn't stop. Even when we won the national championship a couple of years ago, we've got the Cooties out there on PGA Tour, and Cole Hammer, who'll be there very soon. I've got to spend some time with those guys, and it feels like we've got a couple of guys going to the tour every couple of years, which is not something that every program can say.
Winning a national championship, what's that like?
I wasn't a part of it, but
being around the team,
being around it, yeah, it's. I mean, that's what you work for. It starts in mid-August when we get to school. Starts with the fall, figuring out lineup, who's going to be in there, figuring out your game. Goes straight into the spring, and it gets pretty hectic. And I mean, you play and practice for the national championship all year. We talk about it all the time. So that's something that I would love to do this year as a senior. I know we've got the roster for it. I know we got the guys for it. Even the guys that are somehow not traveling, it's like, how are you guys not traveling? We've just got such a deep roster, and the 2 freshmen that we have too. So I think we'll have a great chance at national championship this year.
Do you feel like, Tommy, that there's a bullseye on your back every time you guys tee it up because you are ranked so high?
I don't know. Maybe I think there's always a bullseye on UT athletics. Everybody wants to beat Texas. It feels like you see it in football, see it in every sport we play. Everyone wants to beat Texas. So, but that's a blessing. That's a place that you want to be. You want to be at the top. So it's a beautiful opportunity we have.
I have to ask, what's it like being on the campus when you have a guy like Arch Manning, who's the quarterback of Texas, and all the hype around him? I know he struggled against Ohio State. Seems like he struggled of late, but what's it like being on campus and you see that from another, student athlete's perspective?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in terms of his play, there's no doubt in my mind he'll be back and playing like himself again. Sometimes a little adversity is the best thing. But being around him, I mean, I've gotten to know him a little bit. He's always been super good to me. We're in the same service organization at Texas called Texas Cowboys. So we see each other a good bit in and around athletics as well. And he's awesome. I mean, everybody, it's Arch. He's got his family and his uncles and his dad. But at the same time, they're a great family. And if you didn't know him, he doesn't make it big about himself. He's a great kid, and he's another kid at Texas. He doesn't see himself as Arch Manning.
Have you ever tried to get him on the golf course?
Yeah, we've played. I think we've played twice.
What's it like?
He's got a lot of speed. God, he's an incredible athlete. People don't realize how big he is. I mean, I think he's like 6'4", 220. I mean, he's a big dude. And,
well, I didn't realize how tall you were. I mean, obviously, I understated 6'5", 6'6". Yeah. No, you're 6'9". Okay. Yeah.
No, he's great. Yeah, we've had. I think we've had 2 good rounds together. It was fun. We had a great time.
What do y'all play for? Do you have to give him any strokes?
No, yeah, there's definitely got to give him some strokes. Yeah, I don't even know if we finished the round. We just had a good time. I think it's a great way for him to get off the football field, and a great way for me to kind of get away from golf a little bit and hang out with some other guys.
Have you talked to him about his uncles? I mean, obviously Peyton and Eli. I mean, I know they love the game of golf.
Yeah, no, they love it. I haven't talked to them too much about his uncles, and I try not to talk about football when I'm with them.
When you look at your future and where you want to get to, PGA Tour, obviously.
Yeah, that would be a dream. I mean, that's what I would love to do. I think I'm in love with the game of golf, and I feel like I'm in a relationship with it, and just so many of us are in a relationship with golf, and like I said, I'm in love with it. I would love to play on the PGA Tour. That would be a dream of mine, and this senior year is a great opportunity to get there.
You've played and tried to qualify for some amateur events, and one of them, the 4-ball. Who was your partner?
Yeah, I did that 4-ball with Tony Romo. That was a great time. I think I had another partner, and then we were in the same gym in Dallas, and my partner bailed on me, and I saw Tony, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" He was like, "Heck yeah!" I think he was more excited than I was. He's a golf fanatic. He loves it, and we had a great time. It was down in where were we? I think we were near Kiowa. Daniel, I don't know where. But we had a great time. Tony's he's a great partner to have. He's a lot of fun on the golf course, and that was really special.
What is it like playing golf with a Dallas Cowboy legend? In Tony Romo.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing I was saying with Arch. You don't really see him. I mean, when you're on the golf course with him, there's no football talk. It's just golf, and he just wants to learn about the game. He wants to get better. I mean, I'd argue that he's one of the hardest practicers I've seen in golf. I mean, he spends hours and hours on the golf course and loves it. And his body's beat up. I mean, he played, professional football for I don't even know how long, a long time, and he just loves it. That's all he wants to do.
When I interviewed him for this podcast, we were in Las Vegas. He was going into the College Football Hall of Fame, and they were about to have their induction ceremony. And Tommy, I didn't realize how big his hands are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. He's awesome.
He's probably got to have like 5 or 6 wraps for the grip, right?
Probably. I think we actually talked about that because I've got, big hands too, and I've got some bigger grips, and I think he went to a little bigger grip when we played together.
You gave him a tip.
Yeah, well, that's not what I meant, but maybe a little something in there.
I mean, hey, you're helping your partner out, right? Yeah. So how was it playing with him, and how did you guys finish?
I think we missed the cut. It started at the qualifier. We went to the qualifier in Oklahoma, and it was a tricky little place. I don't think he played a practice round. I don't know if I did, but it was kind of windy day in Oklahoma, and It was tricky, but you got to go low in those qualifiers. And I think he shot like 6 under on his own ball, and I shot like 2 under, 3 under. And I mean, I remember pumping one in the water on 18, and it was up to him to make par, and he made an amazing par to get in. He's a baller, man. He's so good.
Do you think that when he turns 50 that he might give U.S. Senior Open
I don't know,
or U.S. Senior Am a shot?
I do remember him talking about how he wouldn't. We always talked about why he loves the game so much, and I'm sure he was joking a little bit, but he said he wanted to play in all 4 majors. I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. But that's his mindset. He's just a professional athlete. He loves golf, and that's what he wants to do.
A USGA setup, playing in a tournament that they put on, what is that like for those that have never played in it? They've seen it on TV like a U.S. Open, a USAM, but from a player's perspective, what is that like?
I mean, people at home probably don't realize how tough it is. I mean, every USGA, I've never played a USGA setup that was, easy. It's always hard, which is what you want. I think it brings the best players out. I think it brings the best to the top. I haven't played a U.S. Open, but every USAM I played in was brutal. There's always thick, rough. Greens are so much faster than people think. It's championship golf. It doesn't get any better. So usually when you show up to the USGA tournament, it feels like a major for us. USAM is a major in amateur golf. So it's the best of the best.
When you were notified that you were going to be on the 2025 Walker Cup team, what was your reaction?
I was pretty silent for a while. I remember I had that phone call, and I kind of didn't really say anything for a while, and they were like, "Hey, are you there?" Like, what? I was like, "Yes, I accept it."
Who called you? Was it Nathan Smith that called you?
Nathan Smith, yeah, and then Fred Paul was there, and I kind of didn't say anything on the phone call, and they were like, "Well, do you accept being on the team?" And I was like, "Yeah, sorry, I didn't even know you could say no to that." So I guess that was kind of my live reaction. And then just the next couple of days, it was like, I was just so excited, and there's a lot of hard work that was put into there, and then it was kind of time to focus in and get ready. And GB and I had an amazing team, so we had to be prepared.
You guys were prepared. What was it like to get to go play Cypress Point for the United States and represent your country on the Walker Cup team?
Yeah, it was. That's the biggest honor you can have in golf. We don't get to honor our country or play for our country very much in our game. So when you do, it's really special. And I think it really sunk in at that flag ceremony, kind of that night before when we raised the flag and Nathan Smith was up there doing it. It was like, okay, this is really cool. And Cypress was such a treat. They let us come out there super early, and I think we played like 4 practice rounds, like with nobody out there. Not many people can say that, just get to go play, 4 days in a row at Cypress. So that was really special, and it was definitely the best week of my golfing life. It'd be hard to top that one.
Did you have butterflies on the first tee when you were playing your first match?
Yeah, we were Jackson Coyven and I, which actually he's playing right now. I hope he's doing well. We were partners in alternate shot, and we got the first match out on Saturday morning, and we were debating kind of the whole week what to do with the who's going to tee off on the odd holes, who's going to tee off on the evens, and he had the odds, which was probably nice. I didn't have to hit that first tee shot with all those people there, but I was nervous. But it was a good thing. We both talked about that. It was that's where we wanted to be, and that's what we worked hard for. So it was really special.
Watching on Sunday afternoon out there in California, evening back in the Central Time Zone, and seeing the fog roll in and wondering, what if you guys, if it gets too foggy, you're not able to finish?
Yeah.
What was the game plan then?
I don't really know.
Because you had some players on the Walker Cup team that were playing a collegiate event the next day.
Yeah. I actually didn't even think about that. Now that you say that, it was crazy. I think I was the second match out Sunday afternoon. I saw Jackson went on 16. I got my match done on 16 as well, and we went to the clubhouse. I think just settled in real quick, and then went back out to watch our guys. And when we got back to 16, you couldn't see the green. And I hit a 5-iron with no wind. It was nice, and conditions were good. And 30 minutes later, you literally couldn't see 100 yards in front of you. But I think Stu and Preston Stout had their matches like finish and kind of clinch it for us right before the fog got to the point where you could say we can't play. So thankfully we got it in before. But, yeah, that's right. Jacob had to go to that college event, which is crazy.
It is. Yeah, he went to the Folds of Honor Collegiate. What was it like, Tommy, to have a guy like Stuart Hagestad, who is basically a career amateur?
Yeah.
Not a professional golfer, could probably play professional, but have him on the team and his singles record, and then the fact that he can kind of tell you younger guys, hey, here's what you need to expect.
Yeah. Yeah, Stu's a dog. He's just a killer. He's a great guy to have in the team room. He's a great guy to have around you. I didn't know him very well before that week. Feel like we got closer, and it was just a blessing to have him there. And his singles record is just amazing. And he won his match Saturday, I believe he won that one too. So I think he's won like 8 singles matches in a row. I mean, which is so impressive. People don't realize how good that was. And by the way, I think he won the one on Saturday like 7-5 or something crazy.
I think he did too.
Like 7-6. So what a great guy to have on your team, and what a player.
I want to ask you about the captain, Nathan Smith, from the state of Pennsylvania, outstanding amateur golfer. What was he like as a captain?
I can't imagine a better captain. I was, telling him that Sunday night when we were kind of saying goodbye, but and Monday morning, he's such a good vibe to have around. He's so relaxed. He's such a good player. I don't think people realize he's won like 4 mid-ams. Just super accomplished, and he's just he gives off so much confidence. And like I said, I can't imagine a much better captain. He was so good to us, and I'll forever be appreciative of his time that he gave us that week.
Do you set goals for yourself? Obviously, this season 25-26, your last year at Texas. What are some of your goals that you have set for yourself?
Yeah, I think goals are kind of a funny thing, which is probably a boring answer. But I think everything kind of goes back to preparation for me. The best I can prepare, the more confident I'll be. That's really all I can do. Just be prepared and do that to the best of my ability. So. In terms of this year, I mean, obviously PGA Tour U is a big thing. It's not something to ignore. It's right there in front of us, and go ahead and take advantage of it. I mean, obviously we're super early in this senior season, so there's still a ton of golf to be played. But thankfully I'm in a good spot for that right now, and I mean everyone's vying for that number 1 spot to get a tour card. So that would be a blessing.
Tommy, if Texas were to win a national championship this year, what do you think the celebration would be like?
I know it'd be damn fun. We would have a great time. I've heard the guys when they won in the most recent national championship that we won, they had a great time. And like I said, I mean that's what you work for all year. So that celebration is definitely allowed if you get to that point and if you win. If you don't, would it be a disappointment? I don't know if it would be a disappointment. I mean, it's tricky. You got to get, college golf is tricky. You got to ask, 5 guys to play well at the same time. It's really tough. But I don't think it'd be a disappointment. I think we've got a great squad, and whatever happens. But I know we have the team to do it, and it's just kind of up to us now.
Do you like match play?
Yeah, I do. Match play is awesome. Yeah, it's fun. It's.
I mean, I could see
it can bother me sometimes.
It can.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky, but.
I could see someone walking up to you on the first tee and just looking up at you and going, "Oh gosh, I got to play him."
yeah. No, I mean match play's good. You got to. I mean, you can't fake it. You got to play some. Got to play some great golf, and it could be tricky. You can run into guys that are super hot, and sometimes the opposite, and still get away with it. So you never know what's going to happen in match play.
What would you tell a youngster that might be listening to this podcast or their parents about why stay with the game? Why keep trying? And then what is best to work on to try and perfect the craft?
Yeah. I think you got to be in love with the game of golf. I think it's different than loving it. I think you got to be in love with it, especially if you're going to play at a professional level. Why to stay in it? I mean, golf's one of the greatest games we have. You could play till you're, my grandfather's, I think, 74, and he's still playing a couple times a week and loving it. And you meet such good connections, matures you real quick, I can tell you that. It's a very humbling sport that we play, and, what to work on. I mean, you got to have fun with it. If you don't enjoy it, take some time off. If you're loving it, stick with it. I mean, spend as much time as you can out there. Just be out there, just be on the golf course, even if it's alone hours. Just that's sometimes where you learn about yourself the most. Just go out there and just be yourself with nobody else. I mean, those are sometimes the best hours. I had kind of one of those moments at Cypress last week. Some guys went and hit balls, and I just walked the course, and it was kind of just one of those, weird moments that you have. It was like, you remember stuff when you're playing well, you remember stuff when you don't, what you do, what's good for you, what's not. So spend a bunch of time out there and just fall in love with it.
What's that walk across 17-mile drive like?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah. It's it didn't get old. It did not get old.
I bet. Favorite golf course you've ever played?
Oh, gosh, it's hard to not say Cypress, but we get to play Augusta a little bit with our college team, and that's a treat. But I tell you, everyone kind of says that if you gotten to play Augusta, you'll say Augusta, but I played Ballyliffin in Northern Ireland. I don't think you don't really get the opportunity to play out there very much, but I had a British Am out there. I'm still in love with that place. I want to go back. I had a great time. So not many people have probably said that, but I'm in love with that place.
Do you have a goal set for the next time the U.S. Open is in Pinehurst that you're going to be in the field?
Yes, for sure. I wanted to make it back there a couple of years ago, but yeah, that would be amazing. I mean, I can't imagine that crowd and that golf course setup. There's not many better golf courses out there. I love that place, so I definitely want to get back out there.
Fantasy foursome, Tommy, living or deceased, you and three others that you could play around the golf with, who would they be?
I got to put my grandfather in there. Maybe some musician, maybe some country artist, maybe like George Strait. That'd be kind of fun. I feel like President Trump would be kind of funny to play with.
Okay.
That would be wild. I don't know, something different, but my grandfather's got to be in there. Yeah.
Well, Tommy, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate you having me on.
From Central Arkansas to South Arkansas to Northeast Arkansas, across the state to Northwest Arkansas, you will find a Beechwood hospitality property. From the Haywood in El Dorado to the Hilton Garden in Jonesboro to the Doubletree in Bentonville and the Staybridge Suites just south of Baumwalker Stadium, Beechwood Hospitality has a room for you. Beechwood Hospitality is the leader in hotel property management in the state. Make sure you find a Beechwood Hospitality hotel for your next overnight stay.
At Stevens, our philosophy is to invest every dollar as if it were our own, to seize opportunity, to anticipate rather than react, to deliver constant focus in an ever-changing world, and to pursue the objectives of our clients in order to help them reach their financial goals. A proven history of helping companies and individuals. Stevens, member NYSE SIPC.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Tickets are on sale for the Simmons Bank Championship presented by Stevens. Simmons Bank Championship presented by Stevens coming to Pleasant Valley Country Club in a couple of weeks. Go to the web, make sure you buy your tickets for the Simmons Bank Championship, the second leg of the Charles Schwab Cup playoffs on the PGA Tour Champions. That's about all the time we have for this edition of From the Shortgrass presented by UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. I want to send a special thanks to Scott McConnell, Sports Information Director for the University of Texas, for coordinating my sit-down interview with Tommy Morrison of the Texas golf team and a member of that victorious United States Walker Cup team from this year. Beechwood Hospitality. When you need an overnight place to stay, Southwest Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas, Northeast Arkansas, even into Oklahoma and up into Kansas City. They have accommodations to suit your needs. Find them on the web, Beechwood Hospitality. Remember, when you find your ball mark on the green, fix it and a couple of more. It makes the course and the superintendents a lot happier. And I hope to see you sometime soon from the Shortgrass.
You have been listening to From the Shortgrass, presented by UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine, a weekly podcast dedicated to the game of golf. This has been a presentation of the Buzz Radio Network in association with Majestic Cubby Productions.